Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to one more grammar class. Today, we're going to talk about how to increase your grammar score in your test. Okay? And of course, how to increase your grammar level in general. Okay? The objective today, I want to say to you, to let you know what they expect from you when you take an English test. Okay? So when you take an English test, one of the criterion they see to give you the score is the grammar, right? Especially your grammar in the writing and your grammar in the speaking. So today I'm going to show to you what they want from you, what the institutions want from you. How can you show to the institutions, to the examiner, for example, if you take the IELTS or if you're studying for the Duolingo English test, okay? How you are going to increase your grammar score, okay? If you are not inside, if you haven't joined the Telegram group yet, please do it because there in the Telegram, I give you the slides of this class, okay? Um, and of course, the feedback I'm going to give to you after you do the homework, but it's not in Telegram, it's on Instagram, okay? Very well, very good. So let's get started here. How to increase your grammar score? First things first, remember this is a class. So I'm gonna ask you to be ready to take notes and turn off all your notifications, okay? It's really important for you to be focused and concentrate on what I'm going to tell you here, okay? If you if you are not subscribed to the channel yet, please do it. You can do it now. And please like this video, right? That will help me to reach more people, okay? At the end of the class, there will be homework. As you already know, we always have homework with these classes, okay? The objective is for you to practice what you learned, okay? So when we talk about grammar, the most important thing is you need to understand that it is not a good idea for you to study grammar alone. What does that mean, right? You have to study grammar always in context. Grammar in context. Teacher, but what does that mean? Which context, right? So when I say to you, please study grammar in context, it means I don't want you to start memorizing grammar rules, and then okay, the rule is I have to put the S with he, she, it in the present. I don't want you to memorize the rules. It's important for you to know how to use them. This is to study grammar in context. You need to study grammar in a way that it makes sense to you. Okay? So I'm going to give you one example. Imagine, probably if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know that when you have a preposition and after the preposition you have a verb, the verb goes with ing. This is the rule, okay? But it's not nice to memorize only the rule without the context, right? You have to study the rules, yes, but you need to make examples using your own life. So, for example, when you study the rule that I have just told you now, the rule is use ing after prepositions. But it doesn't make a lot of sense. You have to put your own example. So I made my own example. I'm responsible for preparing grammar lessons because I'm an English teacher. This is my profession. I'm an English teacher, and one of my responsibilities is prepare grammar lessons. So I say I'm responsible for preparing grammar lessons. This sentence makes a lot of sense to me. But if you are not an English teacher, so the sentence doesn't make sense to you, right? You have to write your own sentence about your own reality. So we're going to practice. If you are a doctor, right? I'm responsible for treating patients, for example, you are going to say. If you are a truck driver, you are going to say, I'm responsible for delivering uh, packages, for example. The rule here is for is a preposition, right? So let me make some comments here. For is a preposition. Prepare is a verb. After the preposition, when I have a verb, the verb goes with ing. That's the rule. But I'm not going to memorize only the rule alone. No? I'm going to memorize my sentence, the sentence that makes sense to me. Because when I study more later, I'm going to remember my sentence. It's easier for me to remember my sentence than to remember the abstract rule. Everything that you do when you study in English or even in your own life, right? When it's more concrete, it's better for you to remember. Okay? So here we have I'm responsible for preparing grammar lessons. What are you responsible for at your work? Please tell me in the comments. So you are going to write your own sentence. I'm going to help you. I'm going to put here in the chat. You are going to say, I'm responsible for, and then you're going to use a verb with ing. So give me your examples in the chat. You can send your examples here on Instagram as well, okay? So what do you do? What's your profession? You will say, I'm an engineer, okay? For example, I'm a finance analyst, okay? But what do you do? So what are you responsible for? You are going to write I'm responsible for and a verb with ing. So every time you study grammar, you are going to study grammar in context. You are going to study the rule, yes, but the rule alone doesn't make any miracle, okay? You need to make your own example. This is the most important thing about grammar, and that will help you not only for your test, but in your life in general. Okay? Very good. So I decided to separate this class in 5 steps to help you to increase your grammar score. Okay? The first one, so I'll be waiting for your answers in the chat, okay? Here on YouTube. But let's see the 5 steps. The first step is to increase your grammar score, you need to understand where in your test the grammar will be tested and how important it is. You know, when you, for example, when you um, study for an exam, you have to know the rules of the game, okay? We say when we study for concurso público, right, in Brazil, the public exams, okay? We have something that we call the edital, gente. Vocês já ouviram falar de edital de concurso público? Você tem que fazer o que? Você tem que ler inteirinho o edital nos mínimos detalhes para saber o que você vai fazer. Quando você vai fazer vestibular, você tem que ler as regras da prova. Que hora você tem que chegar no lugar, ok? I'm speaking in Portuguese just to explain the context of vestibular and concurso público, right? But the thing is, for the English test, it's the same. You need to know the rules. You need to understand the guide. Okay, what do they want from you? So, for example, if you read the IELTS and the IELTS guide, for example, you will know that the grammar is 25% of the score in the speaking and the writing. There are 4 criteria in the assessment of the IELTS in the speaking and writing: grammar, vocab, pronunciation, and fluency, for example, in the speaking. So grammar is 25%. In the writing is the same. Grammar, vocab, we have task relevance and coherence and cohesion in the writing. So the grammar is 25% of the score in your writing and in your speaking. I put only writing there, but it's the speaking as well. So you have to know that. Okay? The next one is in the Duolingo English test, for example. The grammar will be tested especially in the speaking and the writing, but also in the C test. Okay? There is an E missing here. There is an E missing here. Especially. So you need to understand in which part of your test the grammar will be tested. Okay? Why am I saying this to you? Because let's think about the speaking. In the speaking, when you answer, you give your answer, you need to understand that grammar is one of the criterion, but you also have, for example, fluency. Fluency, it means the speed in which you speak. So if you do you speak naturally or do you make a lot of pauses? Do you hesitate a lot, like okay? If you hesitate a lot, imagine you have a perfect grammar, but you hesitated a lot, right? Your grammar it will be okay, but your hesitation will not help you. Can you see? So, but on the other hand, you can speak really fast, but with many mistakes. We need to have a balance between speaking fast and not making mistakes, grammar mistakes. Okay? This is the kind of thing you need to be really familiar with when you study for a test. Okay? Hannah told, I'm responsible for cooking dinner. Excellent. That's a very good example. Okay? So for preposition, cook is a verb and then ing. Right? Well done. Next one here. So, okay, now you already know how they assess your grammar in your test, okay? The next thing is they assess your grammar regarding range and accuracy. Teacher, what is my grammar range? Okay, the grammar range is if you the different structures you use. The range it means how many different structures do you use? Teacher, but what is a grammar structure? I'm going to give you examples, okay? And the accuracy is if you do it right or wrong. What happens is when we study grammar, we focus only in the accuracy. The accuracy says if my grammar is right or wrong. Right or wrong. The range, it means the diversity, I'm going to put here. Do you use many different structures or do you use only one type? And we're going to see the types now. Take a look at the examples. The range, it is how many different patterns you can use. Patterns here is the same as structure, okay? How many different grammar structure you can use. Take a look at the examples. You can say, I like playing soccer. I like studying. I like watching movies. Can you see? I like playing soccer. I like studying. I like watching movies. They are grammarly correct. They're perfect. In the sense of right or wrong, they are right. But these are basic sentences. They are basic. It's a basic pattern. It's a basic structure. Take a look at the second example here. I enjoy playing soccer as well as studying and watching movies. I didn't make these short and strong pauses like I like, I like, I like. Can you see? I said I enjoy playing soccer as well as studying and watching movies. Can you see the difference? The second sentence means the same thing as the first one, but the second sentence doesn't have only a basic pattern. It's not only basic, it's more complex. Okay? So, and this is something that not everybody tells you. When you study English, 99% of the time, you will study because this is what you were taught, right? You will study if it's correct or incorrect. Okay, correct or incorrect, but that's not sufficient. That's not enough. You need to have more complex structures, like this example here. Okay. The accuracy, for example, how well you use. Do you make any mistakes? So the accuracy, we can also accuracy is a synonym of the if the precision. Okay, the precision. It means is this right or wrong? Okay, here. If you say I enjoy to play soccer as well as to study English, this is a grammar mistake because with the verb enjoy, I have to use after enjoy. I don't use to. I will always use a verb with ing. I teacher. But is this the same rule as the responsible for? No. The rule of the responsible for, like Hannah said, she is responsible for cooking. This rule is about the preposition. The preposition says that after the preposition, I need a verb with ing. Okay? Here, enjoy. After enjoy, I need a verb with ing. I don't have preposition. It's because of the verb enjoy. Okay? Like I told you, I am giving you examples with enjoy, but and you know the rule. The rule is after enjoy, I need to put ing with a verb. But that's not enough. You have to put your own example. Give me your own example. What do you enjoy doing on the weekends, for example? I'm gonna say my sentence. I'm gonna write my sentence here. I'm gonna say I enjoy running and spending some quality time with my husband. That's my sentence, okay? What do you enjoy doing on the weekends? Give me your examples in the comments. And please let me know. I am curious. I was thinking about this today. Are you watching the class on your cell phone or on the computer? Let me know. I'm curious. Okay. For the people who are still on Instagram, please come to YouTube. Okay. On YouTube, you can see the slides. You can join the group. And in the group, I'm going to send the slides after the class. Okay. I'm going to close the live right now on Instagram so you can come to YouTube. Okay. So think about your sentence. Okay. Can you see now? So the accuracy is about if you had right or wrong sentences. The range is if you had basic or complex. So we want more complex sentences with a correct grammar, with good accuracy. Okay? Nice. Let's see your sentences here. I enjoy spending my time. Great. Good job. Playing video games. My husband, he loves as well. He enjoys playing video games as well. But I enjoy watching movies and playing games. Nice. Great. That's it. So now you have your own sentence. When you remember the word enjoy, you will remember your example. This is to study grammar in context. Okay? It's not only to memorize the rules, it's to make your own example. Teacher, but what is complex sentences? Okay. What are complex sentences, right? You can ask me. Let's see. In English, we have this. A basic sentence, we use the coordinate conjunctions. Okay, coordinating conjunctions. What are these conjunctions? Don't worry about the names. If you have already studied English, you will know that these are the conjunctions. This is for and. Okay. But. Opa. Okay. Or. Yet. So. And the teacher forgot the end. Oh my God. Can you help me here? I forgot the end. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna have to check. Okay. When we use this, I'm gonna check and I'll let you know in a minute. But when we use for and but or yet and so, these are coordinated conjunctions. They connect independent sentences. Take a look at here. In my case, my example is I live in France, but I come from Brazil. When you use a sentence with but, you are using a basic sentence. Okay? Because you are using these words here, these conjunctions here. And when I say they are independent, it's because when I say, pay attention, this is very important. When I say, I live in France, you understand, okay? I come from Brazil. Okay, so the coordinating conjunction connects two independent clauses. We say independent clause. I live in France is an independent clause. I come from Brazil is an independent clause. Independent clause. Okay? So, basic sentences, I use independent clauses and I can connect them with these words from the same voice. Okay? I'm gonna close here, Instagram. Okay. When I use the complex sentences, I'm gonna use subordinate clauses. So I don't have independent clauses anymore. So I put here, I left Brazil. I left Brazil. This is independent. I left Brazil, it means eu saí do Brasil, né? Eu deixei o Brasil. This is independent clause. Independent clause. But then I put like this, because I am adventurous and I wanted to experience life in France. Everything here, this is not independent, this is a dependent clause. Why? Imagine I am here, you are there, and I come to you and I say, for example, I will say to Patty, Patty, because I am adventurous and I wanted to experience life in France. Patty will say, huh? Because what? What are you saying? Huh? If I start a sentence with the word because and I don't say anything else before, it doesn't make sense. You will say, what? Huh? Okay. So the sentence with because I am adventurous and I wanted to experience life in France, everything is dependent. I need something else to explain to me what I want to say. Okay? So a complex sentence, and this is a kind of sentence that will help you increase your grammar score in your writing and in your speaking, is a sentence that you have an independent clause together with a dependent clause. How do you use that? You are going to use the subordinating conjunctions. You are not going to use the fanboys. You are going to use the subordinating conjunctions. Okay? Nor. The N from the the N from the fanboys is nor. Okay, I had forgotten. Nor. Okay. So in this case, in this example, the subordinated conjunction is the word because. Ah, teacher. So this is so easy. Every time I use the verb, the verb, no, the word, the conjunction because, I'm gonna have a complex sentence. Yes, that's it. Okay. But be careful. You need to understand that you are not going to memorize one complex sentence and you're going to use it 20 times in your test. No, you need to have a variety. Okay, you need to avoid repetition. Okay, so far so good. Let me see your comments here. Hannah said, I enjoy spending my time with my son and my husband. Nice, great, that's it. So this is your sentence. Okay, when I say, I'm gonna put like take Hannah's example. I enjoy spending my time with my son and my husband. This is a basic sentence, right? Is a basic sentence. Okay. This is basic because I don't have an independent clause, right? Sorry, I don't have a dependent clause. Okay, the example that I gave there. And now we're going to see how we are going to use to make complex sentences. If you go, so my suggestion, if you go on the internet after the class and you want to study this more, okay, deeper, because here we don't have a lot of time, you are going to study the subordinating conjunctions. My students, they have a class, a grammar class of linking words. And I usually teach this to my students, and I guide them to study the linking words. Okay, because when you study the linking words, your grammar score will increase. For example, these words, although, as long as, because, and if. They are just for examples, but there are many linking words. They are subordinating, and that will help you to increase your score. So, although, it means embora, right? As long as. Do you remember Backstreet Boys? The teacher is really old, okay? So maybe you don't remember Backstreet Boys. Uh, they have that song, As Long As You Love Me, okay? As long as, it means contanto que. Because you already know, right? We saw the example. And if I do this, I will do that. Okay? But tell me, you told me, teacher, this example is the same linking words. Yes, it's the same as linking words. When I say the conjunctions and the linking words, these course markers, we mean the same thing, okay? Just for you to know. When you use this, you are going to make complex sentences, okay? Of course, you have a list. I just put 4 so you understand that. Let's take a look. So if I say, for example, if I say, although I love fruits, I don't like apples, for example. Imagine. I have 2 clauses here. Teacher, what is a clause? A clause is the part of the sentence with a verb. Although I love fruit, this is one clause. I don't like apples, this is another clause. Although I love fruits, clause number 1. I don't like apples, clause number 2. I have a question for you. Which one is independent and which one is dependent in this example? Dependent, independent. Which number is the dependent clause? 1 or 2? Which one is the independent? 1 or 2? Tell me in the comments, please. I need to know if you understood this part, okay? Although I love fruits, I don't like apples. Well done. The dependent part is the part with the word although, number 1. So here is the dependent is number 1. Good job. The independent part is number 2. Because if I say to you, I don't like apples, okay, you understand, right? But if I say to you, although I love fruits, and then I don't say, I stay silent, and then say, what? Although I love fruits, you have to continue, okay? You need to say something else. That's why number 1 is dependent. Although I love fruits, I don't like apples, right? Good job. Let's do this exercise here. I'm gonna give you 1 minute. No, let me make like this. Yeah. 1 minute for you to do this exercise. We're going to use the words although, as long as, because, and if. So let's see. Tell me, what's your answer for number 1? You will see, you will think, teacher, there are 2 options, right? Maybe you will think there are 2 options. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I see you did 1, 2. Okay, nice. Well done. Good job. You rock. So I would travel the world if I had the chance, right? Although grammar is important, I prefer to study vocab. I will finish the homework as long as you help me. I study every day because I need to improve my score. That's it. So when you study this kind of linking words, this kind of subordinating conjunctions, you increase your score in your test. Okay? This is valid for writing and for speaking as well. Okay? Just one comment here. Number 1 and number 3, they are similar, right? I would travel the world as long as I had the chance. It could be, right? I will finish the homework if you help me. It could be as well, right? So they are interchangeable here. Okay? Good job. Password. We still have 2 more topics. Two, no, four. Four more topics. Three more topics. Oh my God. So be careful. Stay here. The password is although, okay? So you can open. I'm not gonna write. Sorry, I'm gonna put in the chat for you to open the file at the end of the class today. You are going to use the password although. So you will know how to use it, okay? Third tip for you to increase your grammar score. Be aware of your mistakes and learn how to correct them. This is self-knowledge. You need to know the grammar mistakes you usually make. And you are going to write them in a list. Make a list of your frequent grammar mistakes. I just put this one on Instagram today on the stories. I'm interested to study about grammar. We don't use this structure here. When I use interested, I put in and a verb with ing. Again, preposition. After the preposition, I have a verb with ing. I'm interested in studying grammar. What are you interested in? We have already used I'm responsible for, I enjoy. Now we're going to put in the chat I'm interested in, okay? So my example, I'm interested in criminal investigation series. Okay, I love watching them. Okay, on Netflix, on Amazon. What are you interested in? I'm interested in history. I love history. Okay, so I'm interested in, let me write my example again, watching series, right? So we put a verb with ing, or I can use only the thing. So both are possible, just like I put in the examples, okay? Just for you to know. I'm interested in grammar. Interested in. It can be. Both are possible, right? The next step, use a grammar book as a reference. You can use a general grammar book, like I put here, or you can use a grammar book focused on the test you are studying. Grammar for IELTS or this grammar and vocab for the TOEIC, for example. And you have books for all the tests. Unfortunately, we don't have the book yet, right, for the Duolingo, right? When you study for a test, if you are if you can, if there is available a book or a grammar book specifically to the test you're going to study, do it. Okay, we don't have this for the Duolingo. Okay, for now, for the Duolingo English test, only with Teacher Milady. We don't have a grammar book for that. But I highly recommend that you have one grammar book, like a general English grammar book, right? And I recommend these ones, the English Grammar News or the Basic Grammar News, or both, if possible. Okay? Pachi said in the comments, I'm interested in learning English language. Nice. Okay, that's it. Good example. Okay. So why is that important? You are going to use this book as a reference, okay? I have been studying French and I have my grammar book of French that I try to do every day a little bit. Okay, so when you do that, you are going to do what? Memorize the rules and make your own examples. Okay, receive feedback. That's the last step. It's important for you to have someone or a tool, for it doesn't need to be a person. Use a grammar correction tool for your writing. You can also use a grammar correction for your speaking as well, right? Um, I don't know if we have for the speaking. Yeah, what you can do, you are going to use, and this is what I tell my students in the Duolingo English course. Um, I give you some tips on how you are going to use the Google Docs, okay, for you to speak, and then they will correct, right? So you can use artificial intelligence tools, but of course, you can also count on teacher Milene, right? You can count on me to help you, giving you feedback, especially related to your speaking. Okay? And this is the time that I'm going to remind you that Wednesday is January 18th. I'm going to open the registration for the speaking lab. Okay? This is a conversation course in which you are going to practice in classes and also on the Telegram. Okay? If you have any, uh, if you want to know the details about the speaking lab, I'm going to send you the link now in the chat. Okay? We are approaching the end. You already have the password to open this file. Okay, I'm going to send it there. But you have homework. What is your homework? You are going to write one complex sentence using the word although. Okay? And you are going to post this in the comments of this post here will be available on Instagram today at 8 p.m. And you are going to write there one sentence with although, right? And then I'm gonna see and give you the feedback via direct message, right? The objective is for you to practice, okay? And now you already know what they want from you. The most important thing about today's class is that when you take a test in the writing the speaking, you need to use, you need to be careful with the range of your grammar and the accuracy. The range, it means to use complex structures, okay? And the accuracy is to use the correct grammar, all right? So, and if you know that, if you change your mindset, you will know, am I doing well or not? I need to take care of this and that, okay? I hope you enjoyed today's class. Remember, like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. And on the next YouTube class will be on Thursday, okay? And we are going to see how you can improve your vocabulary score. Just like I did with you today, I told you like what they want from you in your grammar, related to your grammar. I'm gonna talk about the vocabulary, right? Um, how they how they want, okay? How they will assess your vocab in your test, okay? Thanks for being here. Do your homework. Be ready for Wednesday if you want to join the conversation, the speaking lab, okay? And see you next class. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye.